The silent guest. The stormy night bore witness to a sorrow that words could never hold. Raghav, pale with despair, stood at the river bank, the weight of 1,000 unshed tears pressing against his soul. The world had denied him his only dream. Anya, the girl whose laughter had once felt like a hymn, meant only for him, was to wed another. Her promise had never been written in words, never shown by lips, but in his heart he had carved her name into eternity. Yet when her father's decision drowned him in silence, he felt as though fate itself had betrayed him, and so by the tremor of twilight, he placed his broken heart into the arms of the river. Its dark waters embraced him like a grave carved from the liquid glass. He whispered her name once, then let eternity swallow him whole. But death is not oblivion. The next dawn, when the wedding drums beat like heartbeats, stolen from another world, Raghav awakened not as flesh, but as echo. He drifted into the glowing hall, whose roses hung heavy from the ceiling, and laughter pricked the air like needles through silk. No one looked at him, no one shivered at his passing. He was a shadow among the living. Then there she was, adorned not in sorrow but in scarlet. Her forehead graced with vermilion, her lips curving into a smile so radiant it burned him, more than the dark waters had. She leaned toward her groom with a tenderness, a softness never once given to him. Raghav waited for eyes to wander, to search for him in the corners, to betray even an ounce of grief. But her gaze was steady, her joy unbroken, as though his memory had never existed within her. It was then he understood the love he had guarded like a sacred flame had been his illusion alone. Her heart had never mirrored his. The devotion he thought had bound them was nothing more than a dream he had whispered too long to himself. The bells chimed, the fire crackled, blessings like hymns. And Raghav, he was not a guest. Guests are welcome, seen and remembered. He was a phantom. A soul too heavy with longing to rest, yet too invisible to belong. As the rituals bound her to another man, a cold wind curled through the open doors of the hall. Raghav began to drift, his shadow unraveling. For the first time he understood that love can be crueler than death. Because death at least takes the body swiftly, while love leaves behind a ghost. So he left quietly, a silent guest at a wedding that had shattered every dream he had carried. The night took him back, folding him into its wings. Somewhere above or perhaps below, the heavens and the underworld forgot his name. Only the wind remembered, carrying whispers of a boy who had once drowned not in water but in the love unreturned. And so the tale lingers like candle smoke after the flame, a boy who believed in forever, and the ghost it made of him.